I have tried to record this vlog probably 10 times, 11 times now. I'm going to try to do it one more time because it really is just meant to be an intro video. So hi, I'm Sharon, and I'm a veterinarian. I have 2 kids. One's 8 and one is, gosh, Freddie, are you 14 months old now? I think he's 14 months old. Toddler age, super emotional about everything age. He better not start crying again because I just got him to stop. Anyway, I feel like I just proved my point here. I have been struggling a lot lately, and so I wanted to kind of document my journey on trying to better myself as a person. Not change myself as a person, but to better how I respond to things, how I deal with things, how I work through things, kind of document what works, what doesn't, and, you know, work through things. And also so I can look back in the future and, you know, because I'm struggling a lot right now. I really am struggling really hard right now. And I can look back and go, oh, it gets better. I remember that moment. I remember how stressed out I was. I remember how overwhelmed and overstimulated I was all of the time. And look how much better I'm doing now. So that's my goal. So I'm going to be trying, and it can't be on a set schedule. I can't, how, sir. I'm not saying no. I am not saying no. I'm saying owie. I'm crazy boy. Anyway, I just really want to document things because, okay, so here's where I'm at. I've struggled with mental health for years, right? And I can remember having anxiety attacks as a child. I can remember struggling with depression as a very young, actually, as a preteen, I was struggling with depression. And later on, developed panic disorder as well. Never went through the official testing for PTSD. It kind of rolled in with the panic disorder. And so there's all of these things that I've kind of had to work through. And honestly, yes, I have depression. That's okay. They're playing. So I have depression. I know that, but I know workarounds for that, for me, for my depression. I have learned that over my last, gosh, I think 25 years of dealing with it. You know, I've learned what works for me. That side of things I can handle. The anxiety side of things, I have learned so many things. There was a wonderful therapist that I was going to. I want to start going back to him again now that he's doing in-person sessions because I don't do Zoom. I hate it. I want to start seeing him as a therapist again. And then I've learned things, don't hate me, I've learned things from TikTok. So I don't want to be one of those. Do I discourage this behavior? The cat can get away. Yeah, the cat's fine. So I don't want to be one of those people, and yet here I am. There are a whole slew of people that are like, oh my gosh, I have ADHD because of TikTok videos. Because there are so many traits of ADHD that people can just have and relate to without actually having ADHD. So I was reading this so I started reading ADHD 2.0. That's, I mean, partially because I felt like I had some things, but also because I wanted to better understand Jordan, my partner, who has, I mean, there's no doubt about it, he has ADHD. He's been diagnosed, but still. Right around that same time, I started reading Atomic Habits because that's a wonderful book, and I need to read it again. Honestly, I think I kind of skimmed through it a little bit. There's a few things that I can, I think, focus on a little bit more. So I'll read it a second time. And now I can't remember which of the 2 books talked about this, but there is a spectrum, if you will, of behavioral challenges that adults can face that are not ADHD, but it's ADHD-like. I guess I need to reread both books at this point. It's been 2 years, so I probably should. So even if I don't have ADHD, I fall into that category because there are things that I experience in my day-to-day life that are ADHD-like. I get way overstimulated by things. like have since I was, what, 3, 4 years old. I have issues with eating. I have issues with, um, kind of regulating my emotions when it comes to things. Focus is an issue when I'm overstimulated. Absolutely. There's just all these little things. And so, again, even if it's not true ADHD, whatever that means, I have a lot of room to grow and to learn some workarounds for those things. Now, full disclosure, I tried to get a diagnosis of ADHD. I never even got to go through the testing because I was supposed to be meeting with a psychiatrist, right? I didn't meet with a psychiatrist. I met with an LPN who told me that there was no possible way that I could have ADHD because I was a doctor. I think that warrants a video all on its own. Honestly, I would love to go back and see if there's notes in my chart from that appointment, because I know sometime around then they started making my notes like public and stuff. So I'd love to go back and see if that's a thing. I'd be really curious to see what was written down from that appointment. But honestly, I would love to pursue diagnostic testing, not to get on medicine, but one, so that I can have, because it's a disability, I can have accommodations at work. As much as I know my boss would have no issue giving me accommodations, it would be helpful to have this backing of, hey, I have an official diagnosis. Can I have these accommodations? Rather than like, hey, I'm really struggling. I think this might help me. Like I said, like he wants me to succeed at work, and so I know that. But anyway, I just don't want to get fired from a job for things that are beyond my control. So I would love to pursue the testing for that reason alone. I don't know that I would want to go on stimulants. Maybe I'd be willing to try, especially if like behavioral, therapy, but like the workaround, if those things don't work, and I'm still having anger issues, I'm still having just overall issues at work and at home, then, yeah, fine. But my goal right now is to start exercising on a daily basis. Even if it's, I don't mean like doing heavy exercise every day. I mean just even some yoga on a rest day, or even on any day, anything. But I learned that it should be right away in the morning, and so I want to go that route. There's an app that I want to use called Routinery. That's wonderful. I used to use it, and I stopped using it for a bit, and I don't know why. So I want to get back into that, but I want to document a lot of these things and my failures, my progress, because right now all I see is the failure. I don't see the progress. I just see all the failure. And oh boy. Okay, Ori's loving it. Oh, Ori's gonna walk away. Okay, we're good. Sorry. I'm at this awkward point where I'm like trying to. Is that a cat? Sorry, there's a cat over here too. And then somewhere behind me. But anyway, okay, I don't remember what I was saying, but the point is, all I see around me is the failures, and I found this list from a couple of years ago of like all the things that I was struggling with emotionally, and this was like right before we got pregnant with Freddie, and it blew my mind how so much of that is still the same. And yeah, here I am. So yeah, it's hard to find time, to record, but again, like it's like those Facebook memories that pop up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't remember my baby was ever that small. It's nice to go back. I remember when I was trying to get pregnant with Alex, it was helpful for me to document my journey, because I kept having miscarriages, and to go back and be like, hey, I made it through that. That was really, really, really difficult, but I made it through it. And, it's kind of a similar thing. I don't think it's a validation point necessarily, because I've reached a point in my life where I kind of hate it when people are like just throwing positive things at me. I need to learn how to accept compliments. Again, getting back into therapy. So I don't know. But point is, I'm here and I'm going to try to make videos so I can help myself. I doubt I'll help anyone else because there's so many informational videos out there, but it'll help me. And this is not meant to be like a really focused, like same topic every week thing, because there's so many areas in my life that I want to improve on. Like doing my makeup every day is a huge challenge for me. I want to do my hair all the time. I just colored it, as you can see. I was a brunette, going back to my natural color with like 30% gray, and I decided I didn't want to do that. So I did my hair. Yay, mental health issues. And then losing weight, but not necessarily losing like physical pounds, but I've got really bad muscle separation and I need to heal that. And I know what I need to do. I just haven't been doing it. I don't need to see a physical therapist at this point, but I need to just do the exercises that I was already told to do. So, yeah, I think I've just been stuck in this pattern of being like overwhelmed by everything and trying to be perfect in all of the things. And it's like my job, my kids, my relationship, my pets, my house. And I feel like because I'm holding myself to such a high standard for all of them, and I'm just falling apart, and every single one of them is like a failure. And it shouldn't be. People always tell me, oh, you can't do everything all the time. It's like, yeah, but other people do. Why can't I? And so now it's my job to figure out, well, can I? Like, am I just not focusing enough on a daily basis? Like, am I, instead of doing these little tiny tasks that, you know, aren't that hard and don't take up that much time, I put it off until it becomes a huge task that takes all day? You know, like my kitchen, it's going to take at least 2 hours, 3 hours if you count the floor, to clean it. But if I had just been spending like 5 minutes a day cleaning it, it wouldn't be in this problem. It's everything like that. You're still in here, right, Fred? Oh, he's playing with the cat through the gate. Okay. The dogs have broken one of the baby gates like 5 times, and he keeps escaping. Just cat. So anyway, hopefully I get some time to edit this down so I can post it soon. Today is June 25th, and here's to starting new.